Hey everybody, so it is time to have that discussion of the week. We have Saints and Sinners season 5 and episode 4. So anyway, let's get into this episode, season 5, episode 4. Okay, let's get into this episode, y'all. I don't know about you all, but this episode was really good. I keep saying this as Saints and Sinners continue on. They're getting better and better at their transitions and from scene to scene, and the storylines and the episode seems complete and full. And I really enjoyed this episode. This episode was no exception. They keep getting better and better. That's the best way I can put it. One of the biggest shockers for me is that they recast Felicia. Felicia is Malik's sister, who many of us remember being portrayed by the actress Tammy Roman, who's also a reality TV star. But did y'all catch the fact that they recasted her with the actress Lisa Wu, who also happens to be a reality TV star? So I was like, wait, what? And if I'm not mistaken, that's Lisa Wu, right? I can't be the only one who noticed that. So that was interesting. Not only did we see this recasting occur, so I guess Tammy Roman is out for now, which isn't too surprising. She's a very busy woman. She got her own thing going on. Not to mention, she also stars in one of our favorites here on this channel, which is Carl Weber's The Family Business. So we will see Tammy Roman. We know we will constantly see her, and as she even continues to do her own thing, we'll continue to see her. But I was a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the recasting, I saw when Rex was meeting the woman at the end, but I had no idea it was going to be Malik's sister. And I'm like, wait a minute, who? And now I see they recasted her. So that's interesting. I'm not mad at Lisa Wu though. Lisa Wu, she did okay in the scene. I mean, it wasn't like she was a disappointment or anything. It's just, you just have to adjust your mind to the fact that that is supposed to be Malik's sister, because when he said, your brother left you out the will, that was the hint, brother. Okay, we know Malik had one sister that came into town trying to run things, and that was Tammy Roman's character. Not to mention she was an alcoholic, so it all makes sense. But what we didn't know is that Felicia is indeed responsible for killing her own brother Malik. So now we know who the killer is. Apparently, she called on Rex to help her out of that situation. So we know who the killer is, and it looks like Rex is getting ready to blackmail her, possibly to help take down Victor. Victor is, I don't know about you all, but I do not feel like Rex is any match for Victor by any means, which it doesn't surprise me that Rex has to take on an ally in this situation, in this scenario, which would be Felicia, in order to bring Victor down. So it looks as though he's going to use Felicia to help bring Victor down, because Victor isn't playing. Victor has a whole nother power. He has a whole nother thing going for himself that Rex doesn't have. But don't get it twisted. I don't believe Rex is afraid. I just believe Rex is adjusting. He's adjusting to that personality type of Victor. He's adjusting to that power structure that Victor possesses, and he's going to figure it out. He's going to figure out how to take down Victor. Trust and believe. Rex, when he puts his mind to it, he's going to figure it out. Not to mention, also, I said in a previous video in regards to the relationship that Rex has with that officer who apparently is involved with the missing women of excuse me, y'all are about to say Freeland. I'm mixing Black Lightning up with Saints and Sinners. But I can't, Cyprus. So the missing women in Cyprus, there's that officer who's involved in all of this. Him and Rex has the agreement going on where he's paying Rex to help assist him with transporting those organs. And I said in the previous video that I felt like if Rex knew what he was transporting, he would have no parts of it. Well, sure enough, Rex finally got him to admit what it is that he's transporting for him. And it doesn't seem like Rex is happy about it, but at the same time, clearly he's not acting on it just yet. So I want to see personally moving forward if Rex is still going to have a relationship with this officer. I don't know. Rex is a evil person himself, so it's kind of difficult to know whether or not he'll even care. And with this entire situation, that even goes for Chrissy. Chrissy was very how can I put it, she was very adamant about bringing down Dr. Kevorkian at that clinic she was working at, that she was attempting to do a residency with. And she was very adamant about bringing him down when it came to revealing that Paige was still alive and stopping him from doing that procedure on Paige. But now that she knows that she stands to earn a lot of money from all of this for basically taking over Dr. Kevorkian's role, mind you, because she is going to be the one performing the surgical removals of the organs, she knows she stands to gain all that money. It seems like she was struggling with that, with what she was doing versus the money. And now it looks like, to me, I don't know about you all, but to me at the end it seems like she's going to choose the money. I don't believe her conscience will allow her to keep doing it, or maybe the writers will write Chrissy as a darker character, because remember, seasons ago she was a darker character anyway. So who knows, hey, that is something I'm looking forward to seeing unfold. Speaking of Chrissy, let's talk about her ex Miles, okay? Miles gets beaten up and stabbed by the end of the episode. I don't feel no type of way about that. Y'all probably already know how I feel about Miles based off of my discussions over in regards to his character and in past discussions that I've done. I don't really care either way, but I am a little curious as to where did that come from? Like, who decided to beat and stab Miles? Other than the fact that he can't keep his peen in his pants, I don't see him having any enemies. But then I thought about Victor, and if Victor really believes that Malik killed, or excuse me, that Miles killed Malik, his son, then it would make sense that maybe Victor hired someone to go after him. But I feel like if it was Victor, Victor would make sure that Miles was killed. I feel like Miles may still be alive, so I don't know. I really don't know what that situation was. Not to mention, we also saw prior to Miles getting his behind whooped, Tamara confronted him with custody papers because she is well aware now that him and her best friend, or former best friend, Josie, was intimate with each other. And it sucks because Tamara is actually doing all this for the wrong reasons. She's attempting to withhold her son from Miles, all because of the fact that he was unfaithful in their marriage. And then on top of it, I guess during their divorce or whatever, this whole Josie situation occurred, he now is with her best friend. So she feels betrayed. At the end of the day, she feels betrayed. But unfortunately, she's using her son as a means to punish, the custody of her son as a means to punish Miles. And that's not fair. That's not fair, and that's not right. I think Tamara really just need to pack it up and move out of Cyprus, probably for her safety and her son's safety anyway. At this point, I think she just need to pack it up and move out of Cyprus. If Miles did get killed at the end of the season 4's episode, which I doubt he did, excuse me, episode 4, episode, I doubt he did. But if he did, I don't feel like Tamara would probably care anyway. But I don't think he was killed at the end of the episode. And y'all already know how I feel about Josie. She's just sad. She just really needs some time alone, and really need to get out there and get some self-esteem and some self-worth, and just let Miles go, because every time you turn around, he is running after Tamara and totally disrespecting Josie to her face and showing her how much he values her, which is very little, if at all. Moving on, we also have Kendrick, who has been a part of this whole transporting of organs. And I'm not certain if he still has any idea what he's been transporting. Kendrick, y'all, I said this in some other episodes or episode discussions. Kendrick is that innocent, naive stupidity. Like, Kendrick is hilarious. He's probably got the sweetest heart in Cyprus. He really does. But unfortunately, it's not looking good for Kendrick, and he keeps finding himself in the situations. And you can't say he's 100% innocent. He knows his father is a criminal. He knows this. He knows his mother is a criminal. But I guess at this point, he just probably look at it like, well, this is family, and this is my family. You can't choose family, so I might as well be a part of it and just keep playing dumb and acting like I don't know what's up. I don't know. But now we got Victor trying to enlist Kendrick on his team, which Kendrick may fall for, seeing as he's probably going to feel like Rex set him up, or not even set him up, but as his father rather, has disappointed Kendrick so many times. Kendrick's probably like, well, it wouldn't hurt to give my grandfather Victor a try, especially since my mother Ella believes in him. Why shouldn't I? So I believe at this point, we may see Kendrick work for Victor, and woo, that is going to piss Rex off. So that is going to get interesting, which could put a damper in Rex's plan to go after Victor, especially if Victor uses Kendrick as a shield. Moving on, Ella, I don't know what the heck Ella is doing, okay? Before I get to Ella, I cannot get to Ella without first getting into Angela, Jabari, and Paige. Like I said in the other discussion, Paige is not the one to play with. We see that throughout this episode. Paige is literally the only one besides Chrissy who I've seen stand up to Lady Ella. Is it even worth calling her Lady? Anyway, Ella. Paige is no joke. And even Ella said that out her mouth as a warning to Angela. Paige is no joke. I don't feel any ways about Jabari pushing Angela along so that he can get back with his wife. I feel like Jabari really did believe Paige was dead, and that's the reason why he ended up with Angela over time. It wasn't right away, so it was over time. But the fact that when she came back, he's like trying to profess his love to her and let her know, no, it's you. I thought you were dead. That's why I did what I did. Like, hey, that's his wife technically still. So I see why he did what he did. So I don't really feel any ways about that. I wouldn't call him selfish or anything because he really thought Paige was dead, which is why he moved forward with Angela. Jabari loved Paige. He ain't playing about her. But what's interesting is Angela didn't. In my opinion, Angela. Okay, I believe Angela really wanted Jabari. I was gonna say she didn't really want him. She just wanted his power and his money. I believe she wants it all. I believe she wants it all. I believe she just is not necessarily Jabari. I think for Angela, like some females, is the idea of just having a husband. It's an ideal of having a man. But then on top of it, Jabari has the cherry on top, right? He has the wealth. So I think that is the reason, and the power, not to mention because of that media station that he has. So I believe those things, those perks, and then just having that man on her side is the reason why Angela was so attached to Jabari in the first place. And she thought that she finally conquered a man and had one, I guess, even though it was someone else's husband. And she knew the wife was very much still alive. But she's angry. She's angry now. She's furious at the entire situation, probably disappointed because Dr. Kevorkian did not carry out the orders that she presented to him. And in fact, who knows where the heck Dr. Kevorkian is at if he's not dead or whatever. But either way, Angela is working with Ella now. So the agreement was that Angela was to stop putting out stories about Ella in exchange for evidence that Jabari killed his mother at that casino opening or whatever. So that's going to be interesting moving forward because will Angela ever need that proof? Possibly. Because if Paige ever feels like she wants to address with Jabari that he needs to end his professional relationship with Angela at that news media station, I believe that is when Angela is going to use that ammunition in order to blackmail Jabari and Paige. We shall see. So that is it. That is pretty much it for this discussion. Yeah, I don't really have much to say on Victor other than yeah, he's doing the darn thing in Cyprus right now, but I know it won't last. We could say the same thing about Lady Leona. She was running things in Cyprus at one point too. Where is she now? We ain't seen her since who knows which episode. I didn't forgot now. I think it was episode 2. But anyway, the point is Victor may be running things now, but just like many of them who think they're running things in that moment, eventually their fall will come. So we shall see. Anyway, let me know what you all think about this week's episode of Saints and Sinners, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.